You remember watching your favorite show as a kid. That feeling, that excitement, it was immediate. Think about what would be really cool if it were to happen next. You get really excited by all the possibilities, and you want to do that too. But then, something stops you. I want to do this, but there's so much involved. Art style, character design, story plotting, page structure, dialogue, drawing. Can I even draw? Am I even allowed to do this? What will your parents, friends, everyone around you say? They'll think you're weird, or say it's not practical, and it will come out looking ugly anyways. And this is exactly why you should make manga. You will make manga right now because you're free and because it's what you want to do. No further explanation necessary. You are going to prove that this life is your own and that you have the courage to do whatever it is you want. And no, it's not so everyone will be impressed by what you draw or tell you how much of a genius you are. You will do it because you can prove that this life is your own and that you have the courage to do whatever it is you want. But I don't know how to draw. I don't know what to write. Don't worry. I'll take you step by step through the process of how you can make your own manga right now. Hi everyone, I'm Prometheus. I've been making manga for the past 8 years, and here is everything you need to know to make your first manga chapter right now. Step 1. Outline and storyboard. Write down the beginning and ending for your one-shot. And yes, it has to be a one-shot. It can't be a long-running series. You like Berserk? You like One Piece? Well, you know what Oda makes in a week? A chapter. Before you have a series, you need a chapter first. Makes sense, right? Even Pixar or HBO, this is how they do it. You have to start with a pilot first. You have to start with the short story. This is the standard for a reason. You need to show that you can create a story with a beginning, middle, and have an actual ending. Now, that idea you had from before that got you all excited, write that down in 1 or 2 sentences, all right? Then divide the page in half, write a but or therefore next to it, then write another sentence. That's your ending. If you look at chapter 1s for whatever long-running series you like, all of them are short stories that have a beginning, middle, and end that then set off the main conflict for the entire series. You'll start to see this everywhere now. Now, how do you get from here to here? For that, you begin making your storyboard. A storyboard means you make little page rectangles like this and cut it up so you can plan the panels, right? A manga page on average has 5 panels. The most common pages look something like this or like this, all right? But then if you want something really big to happen, then you can make one of the panels really big and maybe have the page be 3 panels only. Of course, there are many different panel layouts and page combinations you can do, but for now, start with this as a basis. And just keep going. If you stop, don't worry, just try it again. But Prometheus, a page isn't coming to me. Don't worry about it. If a page isn't coming to you, you can leave a whole page blank and just write, fight happens here. Or, a funny office introductory scene where you introduce all the characters. That's fine. You'll figure it out later. Just keep going in one go so that you have a starting first draft. At this stage, it's fine to use stick figures, or what they call in the industry Ataris, like little mannequins, just as placeholders to figure out where everything goes and what people's expressions and stuff like that are. At this stage, you really don't have to worry about it. None of this is the final art, right? This is just for you to start planning. Now, when you have a storyboard that's about 80% finished, then you can start typing in the dialogue. If you don't have an image editing software, I personally recommend Clip Studio Paint. It's the go-to software for comic book making. I have a Clip Studio Paint tutorial and I'll be making more in the future. But Clip Studio Paint, Photoshop, Canva, you can use it on your browser. Any software that you choose to use is fine. If you don't have any, that's also fine. You can just type it up on a Word doc or a Google Doc, notepad on your phone. It's all fine. Go page 1, panel 1, and start typing away. Don't worry about getting it all figured out in your head first. That's what typing it down is for, right? This is so you can figure out what everybody's saying. If you get stuck somewhere, that's fine. Leave it for later. Again, you'll probably find that when you look at it the next day, the dialogue is gonna get a lot easier for wherever you were stuck at. So just keep going. Now, here's the fun, but also the intimidating part. The drawing. Look, I understand the uncertainty of not knowing how your art's gonna come out or what people will think of it, but manga isn't just something to look at. Manga isn't something to look at. It's something to read. As long as you can convey that feeling, that excitement, you can win awards. Just start. Manga isn't fine art. It's not painting. It's a medium with many, many different art styles. It's part of what makes manga great. If you don't have any tools, you don't have a graphics tablet, a lot of iPads nowadays are actually pretty great just with Procreate. But if you don't have that, pencil on paper is just fine. For example, Miyazaki wrote his entire Nausicaa manga with just pencil on paper, and then he just bumped up the contrast so it looks like it was all inked. You don't really need to worry about what tools you use. The tools are there for you to have fun and make what you want. Have fun with the tools, experiment, check out what you like, but there's many, many, many different ways of drawing manga. You can draw the entire thing in pencil, and if you start, your art can get much, much better. And you don't even need to be that good at drawing. There are so many manga artists out there where drawing is absolutely not their strong suit, but they're successful because the stories they tell are so great. And if you start, your art can get much, much better later on. Here's the 2 ingredients it takes to make manga. Are you ready? 1 is that you try, and 2 is that you learn.